Hello, my friend. Sit down, get comfortable, breathe in and breathe out slowly. This is a story for you, not for anyone else, just for you. It is a story about a man, a simple man like you and me. He was not born strong, he was not born smart, he was not born lucky. He had nothing special except one thing he wanted to change. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe life feels heavy. Maybe you want to learn something new, like English, but it feels too hard. Or maybe you just want to feel better inside. This story is for you. Listen gently. Let the words come inside. Let them sit in your heart. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Man Who Stopped. There was a man named Ravi. Ravi lived in a small town. He was not young anymore. He was not old yet. He was somewhere in the middle, where life can feel like a long, slow road. Every morning, Ravi woke up. He drank his tea. He went to work. He came home. He ate his dinner. He slept. Then he did it all again, day after day, week after week, year after year. Ravi was not sad. He was not angry. He was just stopped. Like a clock that had stopped ticking, the clock looked fine, but it did not move forward. One evening, Ravi sat on his balcony. The sun was going down. The sky was orange and soft. He looked at his hands. He thought, is this all? Is this the whole story of my life? He felt a small pain in his chest. Not a sick pain, a heart pain, a soul pain. He wanted more, but he did not know how to start. He thought about learning new things. He thought about speaking English, so he could talk to more people, understand more of the world. He thought about being stronger inside. But every time he thought about starting, a voice in his head said, "You are too old. You are too tired. It is too late." That night, Ravi went to sleep with a heavy heart. Chapter 2. The Old Man in the Park. The next morning, Ravi could not sleep late. He woke up early. The sun was not even up yet. He felt restless. So he put on his old shoes and went for a walk. He went to a small park near his house. The park was empty, quiet. The air was fresh. Then he saw someone. An old man was sitting on a bench. The old man must have been 70, maybe 80 years old. His hair was white. His face had many wrinkles, but his eyes were bright, like a child's eyes. Ravi sat down on the same bench, far at the other end. He did not want to talk, but the old man looked at him and smiled. "Good morning, young man," the old man said. Ravi smiled a little. "Good morning, sir." They sat in silence for a few minutes. Then the old man spoke again. "You look like someone who is carrying a heavy bag," the old man said. "But I don't see a bag on your shoulders." Ravi almost laughed. But it was true. He felt heavy inside. "I feel stuck, sir," Ravi said. "I feel like my life is over. Like I cannot learn anything new. Like I cannot change." The old man nodded slowly. He did not laugh. He did not say, "Don't be silly." Instead, he pointed to a tall tree near the park gate. "Do you see that tree?" the old man asked. "Yes," Ravi said. "I planted that tree," the old man said. "I planted it when I was 60 years old." Ravi looked at the tree. It was big, strong, full of green leaves. "Everyone told me I was foolish," the old man continued. "They said, 'You are too old. You will never see it grow big.' But I planted it anyway. I watered it every day. I protected it. And now, look at it. It gives shade to everyone." Ravi looked at the tree. Then he looked at the old man. "You were not too old?" Ravi asked. The old man smiled. His eyes sparkled. "My body was old, but my heart was young." The tree does not care how old the planter is. The tree only cares that someone plants it and waters it and does not give up. Ravi felt something move inside him. A small crack in the heavy stone around his heart. Chapter 3. One Small Step. The next day, Ravi woke up again, but this time he did something different. He did not try to change everything. He did not make a big plan. He did one small thing. He took out a small notebook, an old notebook he had kept in a drawer for years. He opened it, he took a pen, and he wrote one sentence in English. He wrote, "Today is a new day." That was all, just 5 words. His English was not perfect, his handwriting was messy, but he wrote it. He looked at the words, he said them out loud, slowly. Today is a new day. His voice was quiet, his pronunciation was not perfect, but he said it, and for the first time in years he felt a tiny spark. That day at work he tried to do his job with more care, not faster, just more carefully. He focused, he did not rush, he did one thing at a time. At night he wrote another sentence in his notebook. I did my work today. 2 sentences, that was all, but it was more than he had done yesterday. He went to sleep feeling a little lighter. Chapter 4: The Voice That Says Stop. But change is not easy. The next morning, the old voice came back. The voice inside his head said, "This is stupid. 2 sentences, that is nothing. You are fooling yourself. You will never learn. You will never change. Just stop. Go back to sleep." Ravi felt the weight again. He wanted to stay in bed. He wanted to give up. But then he remembered the old man in the park. He remembered the tree. He remembered that the old man watered that tree every day for years, even when people laughed. Ravi got up. He did not try to be strong. He just got up. That was enough. He wrote in his notebook again, 3 sentences this time. Today is a new day. I will try again. I am not giving up. He read the sentences out loud. His voice was a little louder now. He realized something important. The voice that says stop is always there, but you do not have to listen to it. You can just keep moving, slowly, like water flowing around a rock. Chapter 5: The Habit of Small Steps. Days turned into weeks. Every day, Ravi wrote in his notebook, sometimes just 1 sentence, sometimes 2, sometimes 5. He wrote about his life. He wrote about what he did. He wrote about how he felt, all in simple English. Today I ate rice. The sky is blue. I felt tired, but I worked. I smiled at my neighbor. His sentences were simple, like a child's sentences, and that was okay, because he was learning, like a child learns, slowly, without fear. He also started doing small things in his daily life. He woke up 10 minutes earlier every day. He made his bed every morning. He drank water first before tea. He walked to the park every evening. Not big changes, tiny changes. But every tiny change was like watering a seed. One evening he saw the old man again in the park. The old man was sitting on the same bench. Ravi walked up to him. He smiled, and he said in English, "Good evening, sir. Thank you for the tree." The old man's eyes lit up. He smiled a big, warm smile. "You are learning," the old man said. "I can see it in your eyes. You are watering your own tree." Ravi sat down next to him. They watched the sun go down together. Chapter 6: The Day Everything Went Wrong. But life is not a straight line. Life goes up and down. One day, everything went wrong. At work, Ravi made a big mistake. His boss shouted at him. He felt small and stupid. At home, someone in his family said something unkind. He felt hurt, and that night, when he opened his notebook, he could not think of a single sentence to write. His mind was empty. His heart was heavy again. He wanted to throw the notebook away. He wanted to quit. He sat on his bed holding the notebook. He felt like crying. He felt like a failure. Then he remembered something the old man had said. The tree falls down in the storm, but it gets up again. Trees know how to bend. Ravi took a deep breath. He opened the notebook, and he wrote 1 sentence. Today was hard, but I am still here. That was enough. That was the truth. He did not need to be perfect. He just needed to be honest. He closed the notebook. He turned off the light, and he slept. The next morning, he woke up. The sun was shining. He opened his notebook again. He read the sentence from last night, and he smiled a little. He wrote a new sentence. I will try again today. Chapter 7, Confidence Without Ego. Months passed. Ravi's notebook was almost full. He had written hundreds of sentences, hundreds of small moments, hundreds of tiny steps. His English was still simple, but it was better. He could say more. He could understand more. He could have small conversations. One day, a young man at work asked him for help. The young man was new. He looked scared and lost. Ravi remembered how he used to feel. He went to the young man. He spoke to him kindly, in simple English. Don't worry, Ravi said. I will help you. You can learn. Take small steps. The young man's face relaxed. He smiled. Thank you, sir. For the first time, Ravi felt something new. Not pride, not ego, just a quiet confidence. He was not better than anyone. He was just a little further along the path. And he could help others walk, too. He realized confidence is not about shouting. It is not about showing off. Confidence is quiet. It is knowing that you can handle hard things. It is knowing that you can fall and get up again. That night, he wrote in his notebook, I helped someone today. It felt good to be kind. Chapter 8, The Gift of Time. Ravi also learned about time. He used to think time was his enemy. He used to think he was too old, too late, too slow. But now he saw time differently. Time was not his enemy. Time was his friend. Time was the soil where his tree grew. Every day he had the same 24 hours, but now he used them differently. He woke up early. He spent a few minutes writing. He worked with focus. He walked in the evening. He talked to people. He learned new words. He rested when he was tired. He did not try to do everything. He did not rush. He just used his time with care, like a gardener watering one plant at a time. He learned time is not something to fight. Time is something to hold gently, like water in your hands. Chapter 9, Honesty is a Superpower. One more thing Ravi learned, honesty. Not just honesty with others, but honesty with himself. For years, he had lied to himself. He told himself, I am fine. I don't need to change. This is just how life is. But that was a lie. The truth was he was scared. He was scared to try. He was scared to fail. He was scared to look foolish. When he started writing in his notebook, he had to be honest. He had to write down his real feelings. He had to look at himself in the mirror, through his words. And slowly, honesty became his superpower. When he was honest about his fears, the fears became smaller. When he was honest about his mistakes, he could fix them. When he was honest about his small wins, he could feel proud. He learned, you cannot grow if you lie to yourself. The truth is the water that makes the seed grow. Chapter 10, 1 year later. 1 year passed. Ravi sat on the same balcony where he had felt so heavy, so long ago. The sun was going down again. The sky was orange and soft again. But Ravi was different. He had a full notebook. 2 notebooks actually, full of simple English sentences, full of his life. He could speak English now. Not perfect, but enough. He could talk to strangers. He could watch videos and understand. He could read small stories. But more than English, he had changed inside. He was not stuck anymore. He was moving, slowly, but moving. He had discipline, not because he was strong, but because he took small steps every day. He had confidence, not because he was special, but because he had fallen and gotten up many times. He had patience, not because he was born patient, but because he watched his own tree grow, day by day. He thought about the old man in the park. He had not seen him in months. He wondered if he was okay. He decided to go to the park. Chapter 11, The Last Lesson. Ravi walked to the park. The evening air was cool. He went to the bench where he first met the old man. The bench was empty, but near the bench someone else was sitting. A woman, maybe 50 years old. She was looking at the tree. Ravi sat down. After a moment he said, Excuse me, do you know the old man who used to sit here? The one who planted this tree? The woman looked at him. Her eyes were kind, but a little sad. That was my father, she said softly. He passed away 2 months ago. Ravi's heart sank. He felt a deep sadness, but also a deep gratitude. I'm sorry, Ravi said. He was a good man. He changed my life. The woman smiled. He changed many lives. He planted trees all over this town. Everyone has a story about him. They sat in silence for a moment. Then the woman said, before he died, he told me something. He said, tell people the tree does not care how old the planter is. The tree only cares that someone plants it and waters it and does not give up. Ravi nodded. Tears came to his eyes, but they were not sad tears. They were grateful tears. He looked at the tree. It was big and strong. It gave shade to everyone, and Ravi realized the old man was not gone. He was still here, in every tree he planted, in every person he helped, in every heart he touched. Ravi stood up. He thanked the woman. He walked home slowly. That night, he opened a new notebook. On the first page he wrote, today I learned the last lesson. When you help one person, you help the world. When you plant one tree, you give shade forever. I will keep writing. I will keep learning. I will keep planting. Ending. And so, my friend, this story is for you. You are Ravi. You are the old man. You are the tree. Maybe you feel stuck today. Maybe you feel too old or too tired or too scared. Maybe you want to learn English, but it feels like a mountain. Listen to me. You do not need to climb the mountain today. You just need to take one small step. Write one sentence. Read one word. Speak one phrase. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Drink one glass of water. Smile at one person. That is enough. That is how trees grow. That is how people change. That is how you learn. Do not listen to the voice that says stop. Listen to the voice that says try again. Be honest with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. You are planting your own tree, and one day you will sit in its shade, and you will help others plant theirs. A friendly request. If this story touched your heart, if it helped you feel a little lighter, a little stronger, please share it with someone who needs it. Maybe a friend, maybe a family member, maybe someone who feels stuck like Ravi did. You can help them by sharing this story. Also, if you want more stories like this, if you want to learn English in a gentle, friendly way, please like this video. It helps more people find it. And subscribe to the channel so you never miss a story, so we can walk this path together, slowly, one step at a time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. You are not alone. You are growing every single day. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember, today is a new day. Go plant your tree.